everything, but it's just dangling. Real nice car. Looked like a very recent accident. And the time it would take to make that legal and make it work properly versus driving down the highway like that. Well, then, going on down the road, I getting behind this recreational RV, those ones that go camping. You can rent it, whatever it is. You can rent it and travel around the country in an RV. And anyhow, I'm coming up on it. Of course, it's going slow because they've got them regulated. And like right now, in the situation that I'm in, I made a choice to go on around it. So I hit my blinker. And I looked in the mirror and I was just watching for someone to give me an opening. And lo and behold, the Ford pickup truck behind me, he flashed his lights, giving me the go-ahead. And, I moved on over, got into the lane, went on past the RV, got back in front of him. As soon as the guy got up there, I waved at him, let him know, appreciated it. He waved back, gave me the peace sign, and that guy earned a lot of respect from me because as a driver, that's not the norm. Yes, we do have people that do that, yes, but it's not the norm. Most of the drivers I come across in four-wheelers, I'll say four-wheelers, that's basically the cars and pickups and SUVs and stuff. Anyhow, most of the people that I come across, they don't have that courtesy. It's like they don't see the 3-4 blinking lights on the side of my truck saying I need to get over. And they can't see far enough ahead to see that I need to take and get over because there's slow-moving traffic in front of me. And luckily, again, this guy was very courteous and respectful, and even, like I said, the peace sign and everything else, and that is awesome. That is very respectful. But then I get on down the road a little bit more, and I got this little Nissan Versa or something like that riding on my bumper, and really got me stressed. And guy walking down the street barefoot really got me stressed because it was up in the the back side of my truck. It's getting to the point where I couldn't see it, and I'm doing 75 miles an hour going down the highway. I'm sorry if you can't see my face. It's because of the sunlight and everything else. Let's see if this makes any difference. A little bit. Anyhow, finally, at 75 miles an hour, finally they get beside me. And as they're coming up beside me, it looked like a mother and a daughter, probably college-age daughter, slowly coming up beside me. And yes, I've got 6-7 mirrors if you include that one that sees down on the step. But out of the 3 mirrors on this side here, there is a point where when they get to a certain spot on my truck, it gets very difficult. I have to lean forward, lean back, move, I've got to move around and look to see where they're at. I know they're there, but I just can't see them. And they hung out there for a little bit. And driving, I keep looking and trying to figure out what happened to them. And I can barely see them when I lean forward. I can barely see them in there. They finally get up past me. And when they got past me, they got about 1 car length in front of me. And then pulled over. Okay, again, I'm doing 75 miles an hour down the highway, which is the maximum speed this thing can do. On I-70, it was 70 miles an hour, or 75 miles an hour. So I'm doing speed limit and doing the max this truck can do. Can't go any faster. And downhill, yes, maybe. Anyhow, they pull off in front of me and slow down. So I'm easing off, my cruise. I kind of hit my brake and I'm easing off of it. And they get me back down to about 65 miles an hour. I hit my cruise and I pull out to get past them. As I'm in that lane, I get my front end just about to where their front end is. They decide that they want to go faster again. So here I I'm doing 75, and they slowly start to pull away, and slowly. And again, they get about 2 or 3 car lengths up there, and so I decide, okay, I'll get back in behind. I get back behind, and they slow down again. So this time, I get in the passing lane, can't go any faster. I just knew that I was going to catch them too fast, so I get in the passing lane and I just sit there and wait until they get quite a ways up. And when they finally got up, probably about 3 or 4 of my truck lengths ahead, I finally went ahead and just back over. And shortly after that, I came up to my exit, which was just right back there. People, you got to know, there are truck drivers out there that have families at home, and they don't want to take and spend the rest of their life thinking about somebody that they killed in an accident. And I want to go home to my families, and I want you to go home to your families as well. Stupid stuff like that is I don't know. You don't know what you're doing. You really don't. And I'm not going to sit there and tell you there ain't a crazy ass truck driver out there, and pardon my language there, that's going to come up and he's going to ram you, or he's going to take and try to run you off the road. I'm not going to tell you that's not going to happen, because I know there's some idiots out there that will do that. Shouldn't be behind the wheel of a truck, shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car. I'm right there with every one of you guys on that. But let me please reiterate this, and I'll probably tell you guys this more and more and more, especially as it happens as I'm going down the road. We have to get point A to point B to C, D, whatever, however many stops we got. We have to log into a book. It's getting to where it's going to be electronic logs, which I'm going to tell you is going to be a huge burden on the industry. You're going to have a lot of truck drivers having to quit because they can't afford to take and pay for these systems to be put in their trucks. And then we have to pay somebody, now with me being with a corporation, not so much. But I'm looking at getting my own truck. This is just going to throw a heck of a wrench in there that I'm not going to be able to afford to take in. And keep having somebody update my logs, keep my logs on their system, and keep track of my records. And I'm going to have to pay somebody to do that, where before I'd go and spend $2 to $5 for a book that I keep in my truck to write down my logs. And when an officer asked for it, I handed him the book. He pulled out the papers, tore the one that he wanted out, and he was done. Problem solved. Now, because of this push, which is by corporations for electronic logs, now these big corporations that are pushing this are forcing the small guys out. There's nothing else but that. That's exactly what this is going to do. It's pushing the small guys out. They are either going to have to join big companies to drive, or they're not going to be able to afford to continue to drive. It's going to be too costly. I mean, you got to pay all these fees and all this stuff already, and then you throw that in there, and then the logs only allow you so many hours. I mean, you sit there and get stuck in traffic. Okay, say you're out on I-70 in Denver, and coming out of Denver, and you hit a blizzard, and you can't go very fast. You might get 2 miles in 30 minutes. And anyhow, that dang electronic log tells you got to stop. They have them to where they will shut the truck off. They have them to where they will shut the power down on the truck. Not all of them, but some of them. The other thing is that in a situation like that, a driver can't make the decision, hey, listen, it's 30 minutes away on 70 mile an hour. Right now, it's going to take me half the night. So we're stuck out there. That dang thing is not stopping, because it's going to keep registering, and it's going to show a violation, and we can't correct it. It's going to show we didn't stop for our break. It's going to show all this stuff because the truck is still moving. And that's the problem. that people don't understand. Now, my bosses would have to call the office of whoever's taking and giving them their electronic device, and then they have to take and correct this and correct that before I can even move whenever I get to wherever I'm going. I have to get this all corrected, because if I get stopped by a DOT and them records show that I'm in violation, I could get shut down. I could get a huge ticket. There's a lot of problems that come with that, and it's a red flag. So the reality of this, people, is, you know, the as far as truck drivers go, give us a break. We've got a lot of crap on our back that is on our back because of corporate companies, you know, that are out there that are trying to push these things, and because of people complaining and saying that truck drivers are unsafe and all this. When, again, you can take and look it up on records, 85% of accidents are caused, that are happening between a truck and a car, are caused by the car. That's 15% of the drivers out there are getting in trouble for causing the accident. And I can tell you, if they had cameras in their vehicles, like I do now with this, and I'm going to have that full camera system, if they had the cameras in their vehicles to take and record what's going on, the chances of them getting that ticket, that it might not be 15%. It might actually be like 5%. And that would prove that it was the other vehicle. And if you don't believe me, start watching some of those videos online. It'll blow your mind. Yes, you're going to see some with cars that are showing reckless truck drivers. And again, we're talking billions or millions, whatever you want to say, however many truck drivers out there. And you're going to find some bad ones. I guarantee you're going to. But most of us think like I do about getting our job done, going home safely, and we don't want to hurt nobody. There's people out there to piss us off that we want to drag out their vehicles and whoop their butt. We darn straight, because they took and risked our life and the people behind us and around us. So yeah, that comes across our minds. Does that mean that's all we ever think about? No. As you can see on my videos, I've been doing a lot. I think about a lot of stuff when I'm driving. And one of those things just happens to be when somebody cuts me off or does something stupid, and I think about it. And that's why I needed to take and get on here and make this video. So again, God bless you guys. And, you know, I can tell you with all my heart, I don't want to cause any harm. Most of the drivers out there don't want to cause you guys any harm. So show us a common courtesy. Wave at us. You know, let us know that you respect us, what we're doing. Because without us, and I'm saying, you know, I can quit and someone else will take my job, yes. But without all truck drivers in general, society wouldn't function the way it does. The goods would have to be delivered another way, and the millions of truck drivers that are out there, you think about trying to move the goods without that. It's just, you're going to have an impossible feat. The trains can't take care of it all. There's locations that would have to have it. So do I say that truck drivers rule the road? By no means. No, we don't. But do we support an industry? Yes, we do. Every industry out there, somehow the truck drivers are involved. So God bless you guys. Please pay some respects to the truck drivers, and let us know that you care. And don't do that by the one finger salute. You know, the peace sign and the high is satisfactory. God bless, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.